Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Use Your Wings. We are out here down the road from Gold's. We are taking some photos of this new Better Bodies. How cute is this? Little bow detail. So brand new gear, you guys can get that all betterbodies.com. They now ship worldwide. This is a breakthrough, so check it out. New stuff, super comfy. I think this is going to be my new favorite leggings. They are like, honestly, quite ridiculous. So, getting some photos for them. We are going to shoot down to Gold. I am going to train back and shoulders, so I will take you through some of my favorite stuff. I am, of course, 5 days out from Pittsburgh Pro when we are filming today, so higher reps, not so heavy. I'm feeling pretty fatigued, but you know, you get to the end and it's the light is right there, you know, you're almost at the end of the tunnel, and you just keep going every day, one foot in front of the other. So I've got back and shoulders and some cardio. I will take you with me. This is so cool. Protect your beats. You've been dropping new prints all week, so the graffiti are another new one. I have a discount code SJF15 and you can save 15%. These are major key for me. Like when I'm doing hours of cardio a day, when I'm on breath, I get so sweaty. I know you've seen on my Instagram story, so sweaty, and my headphones start stinking, but not with these. Literally, I take off the big protectors, I chuck them in the wash, put another pair on. It's like a brand new pair of headphones. I can match them to my outfit, kind of, and yeah, so they are a game changer. Check them out, check the beats, and SJF15 is my code. Your back is so important, and I've kind of talked through this before in previous videos, but I know some of you are newish to following me. But training your back, all of those postural muscles behind your body are so important for all of your strength. You know, you gain all of your strength from behind you. So if you're trying to build your glutes, you've got this chain of muscles through the back of your body, and if some of them are not strong and they kind of work together, you're never going to get the best results out of your glute training. So that is why, just one reason why it's so important to train your back. Of course, to get, you know, to create an hourglass shape, which is the bikini body, you know, it's the to create the hourglass shape, you need to be training your back to get that upward taper. So, you know, it is something that's important, even though you're not trying to build a huge amount of mass on your lats, or, you know, a huge amount of mass anywhere as a bikini athlete. It makes a big difference to your shape. You know, having that width to make your waist look smaller. Of course, it is very important when you're training your arms, your shoulders, all of that. You know, if your back isn't strong, you can end up injuring yourself really easily. It's just an important group of muscles for every other area of your training. And of course, I always say that you cannot train you can't just train your glutes and then train your shoulders and expect to have this masterpiece of a physique, because it won't look complete. It will look incomplete if you're not training your complete physique, even if it's not heavy. You know, I don't train really heavy for my back. I'll do it once or twice a week. It's not something that's a huge focus for me, although I do personally think that a ripped back is badass, I'm just saying. But you know, it's something that is very important, not just for the way your body is shaped and structured, but also for being able to train safely, being able to be strong, and being able to train all of the other muscle groups effectively, like your glutes, shoulders, etc. So you need to train your back.
So it's almost 7:30 and I am off to the gym to do my fasted abs, legs, cardio and a little bit of posing. So I wanted to show you guys my morning routine. I've got my morning voice on, but I've had coffee, so we're good. We got this. So we are Monday morning of my peak week. So Pittsburgh Pro, I compete on Friday night and Saturday night. So it's kind of a different show format to a lot of shows. We have prejudging on Friday night starting at like 5:30, and so we have the entire day, and then we have Saturday night is the final. So it's Monday this morning. I am already starting to taper my cardio back, so I have to reduce the amount of cardio I'm doing and the intensity of cardio I'm doing. So at the moment I've started reducing the time on the Stairmaster and going less intense, so like not level 14, like level 10, sometimes 12. And what I will actually do probably by tomorrow, Tuesday, is switch across to the bike and just use a light resistance. Reason I have to do that is because when I'm really smashing my legs on the Stairmaster, they have a lot of information in them. So, you know, I don't have any lines in my legs that would be there if there wasn't that constant inflammation from doing lots and lots of volume and, you know, really intense work on the Stairmaster. So I'll be tapering my cardio back a little bit. I've been doing an hour in the mornings. I may do 45 this morning, and then I've been already tapering back my afternoon session to 45 from an hour. So yeah, we are tapering back the cardio. I am going to show you guys what I do for my fasted legs, but this will be the last morning I do them. Same reason, I need to reduce the inflammation in them. So, you know, I've been doing this overtraining of my legs in the mornings to, you know, bring them in super conditioned, and what I need to do is just ease that off again to reduce the inflammation. So I will do a little bit, I will talk a little bit about that as I do it, but I am writing an article for my blog in more detail about the fasted leg training I've been doing for the last year and a half, more than that. So abs, it will be the last morning as well, this morning probably. So all of the things that change during peak week change to reduce inflammation so that you can get that dry, crisp, tight looking physique. So lots of changes. We will chat through after the session when we get home what happens in terms of food this week to help with that inflammation. But first, let's get my butt in this gym, abs, legs, little posing check and cardio. Keeping the weight in the toe of my foot rather than the heel purposely. Like you'll see I actually have my heels lifted so that I force all of the work into my quads. You'll see that I'm
two slightly different foot placements, one in, one out. It just hits your quads from different angles. So I'm aiming to completely overtrain my quads. So it's a deep fatigue. They never have time to repair and build. And I'm hitting them from all angles so that I'm, you know, really thinking about conditioning all dimensions, which is very much the same way that I train any muscle group. You know, shoulders, I'm always hitting the side, front, rear. Same with glutes, you know, doing a lot of work that's glute maximus, glute medius. So that's why I'm changing my feet around. I will have a lot more detail on all of this in my blog post. So keep an eye on my website, untitled.com, blog tab from the homepage, and I will put an article up there to share with you guys the method behind this fasted leg training protocol that I've been using since the Olympia in 2016. So I've managed to literally shrink my legs in half by doing this. A little bit of the background. I never used to train my legs at all. They've always been really muscly from doing ballet since I was 3, so I've always been very quad dominant. And then when I started training, my quads, even without training them, they wanted to grow. You know, they're just a muscle that for me is dominant, so it wants to. It took a long time for me to. You know, I've never had a trainer, I've always trained myself, so it was a bit of kind of trial and error and learning what works to make sure that I can train my glutes without using my quads at all, which is my weakness, and I have made them, I wouldn't say a strength, you know, I've still got ways to go, but you know, I've made big improvements in my glutes by making sure that I'm training them in the right way. Same thing here, I've found a way to actually, instead of not training my quads in case they grow, actually go the next kind of level and actually overtrain them so that they are breaking down essentially and getting tighter and more conditioned. So every time that I prep and you know come down super tight for a show, my legs, they look more defined. You know, I'm starting to see like real lines in my legs that I never used to get before I started doing this. As I said, inflammation when I'm doing this all the time. So I'm doing this every morning, so there's always a lot of inflammation until I get to peak week, and then I have to taper it right down and stop completely in order to let that inflammation settle. Starting to get more, and I see the lines coming through, but I have this band of water here that's always kind of the last to go, so I can see it because I'm always looking for it. You know, even when I do my posing videos, if I'm, obviously it's not visible because I'm wearing pants, but I can see that little film of water like rippling. So you know, I'll send a video to Kim and be like, damn it, that water, I can see it. And he's like, it's not even bad, you were just looking for it. I'm like, I know. But it's, you know, I mean, this is my 29th show, so I've done a lot of shows to know what I'm looking for when I see it. But I can see that, you know, the back of my legs is getting drier because I'm getting that hamstring separation. You can also see that I have a little bit of water in here that will go, but my back's pretty lean. I always like to look at it in here because, you know, my back's always a good indicator of whether I'm in condition, you know, because it doesn't hold a lot of water and I can see how lean it is. Got traps. Yes, so things are starting to come together. Just this little layer, and it's always tough because different preps are quite different. You know, for
the Arnold in Ohio, I feel like I was drier than this earlier, but I'd had a big break. I hadn't done a show since the Olympia last year, so you know, my body had had all of that time, whereas this show, like this prep, I've just done Arnold Ohio and Arnold Australia. So I competed in the middle of March. It's now like almost May, but you know, it's only been 6 weeks. So that's, you know, when you're really pushing your body to that level of ridiculousness, really, is what stage condition is. It takes time for all of that to kind of settle. So I feel like I've had more water retention this prep. It also hasn't helped that I've had kind of a bit of stress outside of this in my life. That's, you know, stress, elevated cortisol is going to make you hold water. Also, when I got back from traveling to New Zealand, I came back and I started doing a ton of cardio. Not that I wasn't in condition. My weight actually hasn't changed since I got back from New Zealand. Actually, I started waking up heavier than when I got back, and I think that's because I wasn't training quite as much. So, you know, my muscle mass weight wasn't as much. So I started doing a lot of cardio, and there's probably been, you know, a reasonable amount of inflammation from that. I then also went and had a deep tissue massage because I hadn't had one for over a month, and that's something I try and do every single week to help with recovery. But because I left it so long, I had so much inflammation from the massage. You know, it was weird because I didn't actually feel that sore at the time when I was getting the massage, but like the next day, my weight was up like 8 pounds or something like that of water. And I mean, you know it's water because it's literally, what have I done differently? Okay, I've had a massage. So I usually would try and get them every week. That was a couple of weeks ago that I had that massage, and I thought I would get another one before peak week, but because my body responded with that huge amount of inflammation, I didn't want to risk it. So I've been doing cryotherapy. I did kind of like a 4-day stint and then a 2-day stint. Today's Monday. I'm going to do cryo Monday, Tuesday before I fly to Pittsburgh on Wednesday. I'm also doing salt baths every single night, so that helps a lot. I can tell that I still have a lot of water weight to drop by the amount that my weight fluctuates because of water. So, you know, I come and do my cardio, and you know, I wear my jacket when I'm doing cardio. I wear a long sleeve so that I sweat more. But in my cardio, if I weigh myself before and after, it's like 3 to 4 pounds that I drop. So it's like I sweat that much. There's that much water to go. As I get drier, so as I get closer to a show, I've been kind of dropping less. So it's like only gets to like 2 pounds or whatever. So I can see by that fluctuation. Also, as an experiment, I will weigh myself before and after my salt bath at night, and I'm still, even last night, I sweated out 2 pounds of water in 20 minutes in a hot salt bath. So obviously I wake up in the morning and most of that water's back, or some of it at least, because my weight's not down that much from the day before. I've been consistently dropping like a pound overnight. So at the moment my weights, I'm waking up around 121, and then after cardio I'm like 119. So I'm not sure how much it's going to drop. I feel like there's still a reasonable amount of water weight to go. So when I am depleting my carbs this week, I will really see my body dry out quite a lot, and then that's going to tell me what my weight's going to do. Because I'm only flying to Pittsburgh, I will probably take my scales with me just so that I can keep up with that weight and see what it does. So not because I need to know, because it's what I look like that matters, but so that I can tell you guys, because it's interesting to see how I can do completely different weights, and it's actually about how I look that is a lot more important than what the scales say. So my lightest depleted weight before the Arnold in Columbus was around 119. I then dropped right down to a depleted weight of like 116.5 in Australia 2 weeks later. So that was a lighter weight. I did look better. I was tighter. I feel like I do have the water to go. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get as light as Australia. I may be heavier, but I do feel like I've got some more fullness to my muscles. So, you know, probably having that bit of a break where I wasn't training as much and doing as much cardio has been positive in terms of filling out my shoulders, filling out my glutes, so that, you know, I have more fullness, which was some of my feedback. It's very important that you are implementing your feedback. You know, there is no use in me keeping competing and coming back being like, this is me, this is what I want to look like every single time, because they're going to say, hey, awesome, but you look exactly the same. So, you know, if you want to do better in this sport, and, you know, for me, if I want to be the best in the world, you've got to keep improving. You know, a lot of it is about actually showing that you are humble enough to take on criticism, like, hey, yo, Shandy, you ain't shit, you need to do this, this, and this. And for me to go away and be like, okay, all right, I'm going to work on that. And so I'm always trying to implement my feedback. A lot of my feedback from both the Arnolds was to come in with, you know, more fullness and possibly tighter through the back of my legs and the front of my legs, so tighter through my legs in general. So hence I went back to my fasted leg training to keep working on that condition. I now need to taper it right back. I busted my ass and did a lot of cardio. I was doing at least 2 60-minute sessions a day on the stairs at one point. I was actually doing more than 60 minutes in some sessions, just because I was like, well, I've got energy to do it, you know, and if I've got something left in my tank, I'm just going to do it. I don't recommend that to my clients. Do as I say, not as I do. But, you know, when I've done my own preps for a long time, I can kind of push myself to a place that I wouldn't necessarily push my clients to, because one, it's my own body. If I have a negative effect from doing it, it's my own fault. But two, you know, when I'm monitoring what I'm doing myself, I can adjust it from day to day to day. Whereas clients will check in with me once a week unless they have other questions, or when they get closer to a show and we do more frequent check-ins. But mostly it's just, you know, a weekly check-in other than when they have issues. So, you know, I'm not adjusting things every other day, and so what I need them to do is I need them to actually follow the plan so that I can see what is the result that we are getting from the plan. If they're not following the plan and I don't really know what they're doing, I cannot then adjust the plan to get a better result. So for me, you know, I'm able to, you know, adjust things a little bit and be like, hey Kim, I did this, this, and this week, and he'll be like, okay, cool, maybe let's try this. And so, you know, it's great to have him as the other set of eyes. Particularly for me, like, I'm a perfectionist, so prepping myself is great because I'm very, like, all across the details and kind of OCD, but at the same time, I'm kind of crazy. So it's nice to have someone else to be like, yo, your ass is crazy, you actually look good. So it's great to have Kim. I took some videos this morning before we came to send to Kim, so I'm going to see what he says. But last time I seen him videos, he said, girl, this shit is popping. So
that's actually not as sweaty. Last time I had sweat the whole way past my butt. Like, what the hell have you been doing up there, girl?
So with the list coming out, there's a lot of really good competitors. I mean, when the list comes out, I'm obviously looking to see who's doing the show, and I already had an idea beforehand of, you know, some of the girls that were doing it. Obviously a lot of us share what shows we're planning on doing, so I did know a number of the girls that were doing it. I can't, you know, I analyze the list obviously, and I think, you know, who's beaten me before, who's likely to beat me, who's, you know, who's really good, who's one of kind of the top girls that's up there, top of the Arnolds or top of the Olympia. So of course I am looking at all of that, and of course the goal is to win. Everyone wants to win. I mean, it's a competition, so you can say that you're going just to have fun, but girl, come on, you really want to win. Everyone wants to win. But the thing is, it's a subjective sport. The only thing that I can do towards winning is bringing my best. So, you know, the goal is to win. The only way I can control anything that happens is by working my butt off and making sure that I step on stage looking my best. I've got no control over how anyone else looks. I've got no control over, you know, what the judges prefer on the day. It's subjective. Different judges like different things. So yeah, I mean, it's always hard to kind of analyze things. You know, sometimes you could go into a show feeling confident that, you know, you're able to beat all of the people that are in it, but sometimes you don't. So, you know, you never really know, and things can go wrong in the last day, in the last 24 hours. I could be looking my absolute best up until the day before, and then I could just not manage to dry out water, which is what happened to me at the Olympia last year. You know, I was definitely looking like I was going to look better than I did look on stage if those final 24 hours went as planned, and they didn't. So you can only do what you can do, and I will be doing what I can do. I have my next bikini body project starting on Monday, May the 7th. So if you haven't checked that out, get to my website, shaniajanefitness.com, or I do have a separate Instagram for my bikini body project. It's SJF Bikini Body Project. That is my 6-week challenge. It is a new program that I launched last year. I run a series. Oh my god, that dog is the cutest. Sorry, easily distracted. Low carbs. So I started it last year, and it was something that I wanted to develop so that I could reach more people, so that I could work with, you know, different women from all over the world with all different goals. And it's really aimed at people who may not have much experience training. They haven't really, you know, followed a nutrition plan before. So it's kind of to give you a really good feeling of what the lifestyle looks like to kind of end up where I have. Obviously it's nowhere near as intense as, you know, as what I am doing, but that was the idea behind the program. So it's tailored to your calorie requirements and your goals. We have all different ranges of calories so that we can use the Bikini Body Project as a way to build muscle, so like a building 6-week challenge or a kind of shredding 6-week challenge. So most girls do it for, you know, they want to shred, they want to do like fat loss. At the end of the day, what we do is we adjust the calories and the amount of cardio circuits that you are doing within the program to get you towards your goals.
So Sheena, what is your fashion style when you are not at the gym?
My fashion style is confused. We are gonna make an egg white. I'm gonna call it a pancake. I mean, it's kind of a lie, because it's and I'm probably gonna have some asparagus as well, because I am super hungry. I'm not having carbs, so when I say I'm not having carbs, I'm having fibrous carbs, so like I can roll with some asparagus. I'll be eating plenty of asparagus too this week, and lots of salad stuff. I'm kind of weird. I love eating like lettuce and like cucumber, and I put white vinegar and stevia on it. Sounds weird? Do not knock it until you've tried it. I'm just going to put a tablespoon of this. So this is why I can justify calling it a pancake. But this is artificially sweetened, this protein powder, and of course there is sodium content, so I will be dropping that out. Today's probably the last day I'll have any. We're going to put the jug on. I'm a bit of a grandma. I like myself a cup of tea. I'm not having any BCAAs at the moment because I just like reducing sweeteners as much as possible. So this is essentially just egg whites. I put a tablespoon of protein powder in it. We roll with it. We cover it. I also have the oven on because what I do is I cook it in the pan until it's like almost cooked, and then I put the whole pan in the oven. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I kind of just do what I want, you know. I have been having more like broccoli and like cauliflower rice, but I will not be having as much of that this week because when it comes to peak week, I am careful not to have too much fibre because that's causes bloating. So asparagus has natural diuretic properties, so I am incorporating a lot of that this week. When I cook this, I'm gonna just throw it in the microwave to steam it a little bit, and then I actually put it in the pan. I don't know, what's that called? Saute? Whatever. Make the rules around here. So stevia sweetened soda. The orange one and the grape one are pretty legit. The ice cream soda as well. You know, I cut out all artificial sweeteners, so when I'm not super close to a show, I will have the old Diet Coke. This is sweetened with stevia, so no artificials, which means I can still have it. So you can see that it's like cooked through the bottom, almost the top. Because I put quite a lot of egg whites in there and it's quite thick, I'm going to make a judgment call, and I'm going to say it's ready for the oven. This asparagus is ready. I'm going to just put this in here. It's going to have a bit of a party of its own, and delicious. It's going to be a good day. I can't even keep the asparagus in the pan. So, you know, we're going to turn that down a little lower. I'm going to eat my pancake as my first course of breakfast. I'm going to chase that up with some asparagus. We got to put at least a teaspoon and a bit of stevia in the tea. If you use a good non-stick pan, just like rolls right out of there. Like, I mean, if you get it on the plate properly, it's kind of, I'm going to drink my cup of tea. You already missed me eating my asparagus. I was hungry and I was still waiting for this, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this all backwards. So, you know, we got to get some stevia up on there. And I'm going to enjoy this. And then I will wrap up with you guys in a minute. We are off to one of my favorite places, Whole Foods. I got to get some really exciting stuff for this week. A lot of lettuce tea with my vinegar. And airplane. The little cat was so cute, and she gave me this asparagus. I hate them when they're super fat, but I also hate them when they're like super thin. So sometimes you just can't win, really. Conventional cucumbers, they are bomb with stevia and vinegar on them. I know, it's weird. Don't knock it till you try it. Any lettuce is good with vinegar on it right now. The Japanese sweet potatoes are my fave. I like tilapia. I don't know why, I prefer it. Okay. I'm just going to get a bag of frozen tilapia as well, just so I've got in the freezer, because I'm going to eat mostly fish. It's super lean. It also has a positive impact on your insulin, so it's great when you're dieting, which is why a lot of people use it. So I'm going to eat probably mostly fish this week, so it's easy to get fresh, but obviously fresh only stays fresh for so long. If I grab some frozen as well, throw that in the freezer, then, you know, if I don't make it out to the store again and I need more, we'll be good. I don't have a lot of fats, but I like with some almond butter when I do. So we got all the water, all the coffee, all the spinach and lettuce and asparagus, all the fishes, plenty of sweet potato to potentially prep and take with me. I need to figure out if I have a microwave at the hotel, in which case it's easier just to microwave sweet potato there. Otherwise I may take some already cooked, but we are wrapped up, done my shop. I gotta go home, I got a bunch of work to do. I have got to train again today and do some more cardio. Obviously it's Tuesday tomorrow and that's my day that I have left to organize everything. So packing, still another training session, etc. But it is almost time to fly to Pittsburgh, so we are wrapping up episode 2 of Use Your Wings right now. Hopefully lots of informative content on there for you guys around my training in these last weeks, my posing, how much I love airplanes. Maybe I just moved somewhere that's very prone to airplanes, because I swear every freaking time I'm filming, like, hey, why don't you just fly right over top of me? Yeah, sure. So wrapping up this episode, we will be filming episode 3 in Pittsburgh, so you guys will get to see a bit of behind the scenes. I will also try and, you know, keep my Instagram story and stuff updated more when I'm traveling, which I always do, try and do that. You know, sometimes when I'm super busy and all over the place, I'm not so good at doing that, especially when I'm very focused on the job, which is to go there and do my best. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you've learned a lot from this episode. If you have questions, queries on anything that I've talked about, really? Honestly, yeah, if you've got any questions, send me an email, DM, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you get notifications when the next videos come through. I'll be trying to bring lots of hopefully valuable stuff together for you guys. And we will see you in Pittsburgh.